Should everyone wear organic undergarments?
Ooh, I'm in trouble if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard. Organic undergarments. My goodness, that's an interesting one. I mean, in this day and age, you can find organic cotton made products. I mean, for a while, for Target, I think had organic sheets, and I don't know why they're not there. I think it's some of them now, but you can find products that use organic cotton, and I'm all for it. Or organic wool or something non-synthetic. That's a wonderful thing. It does often cost more. I'm sure organic bedding is very costly. I've looked into it. But I also think that, as consumers and people who may not have that kind of funds, pick the low hanging fruit and work in that direction. I do think a mattress is quite important. We changed out our mattress that was made of foam that was 20 years old that I was sure had flame retardant chemicals. That was one of the greatest moments in my life. As I sleep face planted, I really couldn't sleep most nights because I kept on thinking I was breathing in flame retardants with every breath. So that was a big deal for me. And you can do that now, get a pretty reasonable mattress. But I think, working through the low hanging fruit, organic fabrics are fantastic. They probably utilize less important natural resources. They probably don't have dyes and colors that wash off in our wash, and microplastics that end up like polyester and all our fleece jackets. They're known to drop microplastics genes, been found in bodies of water around the world. We know that. So if you want to do something for the planet, especially, I would say try to go with more natural fibers. They're easy to take care of, less dry cleaning and all that. But we talk about that in the book, and we wanted people to understand textiles as well and that industry and what to think about. So the answer is yes, if you can afford it. Yes, if it's on your priority list. Yes, if you worked through all the low hanging fruit, why not?
Should women think before using regular feminine protection products?
Yeah, this is a really good question. And I talk about this a lot with my high school students and college students, because I think women, I think the society in general doesn't realize how many chemicals are in feminine care products, particularly tampons and pads. And we use them throughout the women's, reproductive cycle, at a very young ages now, because of course, the age onset of puberty is much lower or younger in boys and girls. And we know that's related to endocrine disruption chemical exposure. That's been well studied. So whereas 2 centuries ago, 3 centuries ago, we had periods that began in young girls at 16, 17, 15. Now it's as young as 7, 8, 9, particularly in the African American population of young girls, because their products generally have more endocrine disrupting chemicals in them, including placenta for hair relaxers. So we talk about this in the book, and I do encourage sharing this with young people, giving it as a gift for college. I mean, this is really a big area for me. And so, the question with feminine care products is really, when we think about what we put on in and around our bodies, we don't really think about the vaginal canal. We don't think about tampons, but tampons are often made with rayon, cheap plastics, or cotton that is actually not organic. So it has all the pesticides and chlorinated chemicals to make it so clean and white. It also has antimicrobial chemicals like triclosan and some of the similar chemicals that are antimicrobial, which are endocrine disruptors, believe it or not, all the antimicrobials. And also the plastic applicators, which, by the way, are considered medical grade waste. So they'll never get recycled. Can you imagine women out there who know tampons, how many plastic applicators are clogging this world up? So when you think feminine care products, go with organic, well-vetted brands that also don't use plastic in their applicators in any component of those products. And I think you'll find that it feels better to even share that information. Even if you're a dad, share it with your kids, because this is an area that doesn't cost a lot more money. It's really not anymore. And it's just a matter of awareness.
How do you clean fruits and vegetables?
So, if you're busy and you're on the go, I tend to just buy organic because I'm so lazy and I'm busy. I shouldn't say lazy, I'm just really busy. But what I would say is that what you do is you keep white vinegar, a jug of white vinegar by your sink, or you keep a container of baking soda and you get a pot and just pour that, produce in, and you agitate and soak warm water, warm, clean, filtered water if you can do it, with baking soda for a while, or you could use white vinegar. But either way, you'll be amazed at some of the discoloration of the water, which is kind of interesting with the white vinegar because baking soda makes it a little cloudy. But you can see that there is some stuff coming off. There's also these commercial cleaners. I'm not, I don't know how good they are. I don't know if there's other junk in there because it could be all marketing nonsense. But using just those two simple ingredients has done wonderful things. Again, pesticides can be part of the whole fruit itself, the whole produce, but I'm starting with low-hanging fruit. Start with things that you can do that are cost-effective and not too stressful.
Which fruits and vegetables are the best and worst when it comes to pesticides?
Well, I defer to the EWG lists. I would argue, and we have it in the book, I'll hold it up again in case this is a different segment clip. But we did manage to squeeze the 2020 list in right before printing, which was really wonderful with permission. And basically it gives the dirty dozen, clean 15. So the dirty dozen is the top 12 conventionally, which means non-organic produce, which means your average produce, that they've tested across the US in supermarkets and different places, versus the 15, the clean 15, and has the least amount of pesticides that they found on the skin and surface of those produce. And so when you can't get a hold of organics, either frozen or fresh or what have you, you can use that list to kind of guide, which fruits and vegetables that you can use or want to use that are not organic. That being said, common sense would say that probably anything with the skin is something you would avoid if it's conventional, because that's where all of the pesticides live. So peaches, berries are usually high, apples. It turns out spinach is very high in pesticide residues. Kale, which is crazy because people eat kale salads thinking they're doing this wonderful detox. In fact, their kale is loaded with residues. So you want to really think about that. The ironies that we live with. I even put in a whole section on travel and the gym, because there are ironies that I found traveling and also in my local gym that just made me question, some of our accepted behaviors. And so I wanted people to kind of walk through my world and see what I see.
Why was it important for you to come speak here at the Real Truth About Health conference?
Well, first of all, I think it's a wonderful conference, and I didn't know much about it. And actually, someone from the Smart Human Facebook community that follows me really promoted that, your program. And I felt to myself that not only is it a wonderful venue with really smart speakers and for the most part, and really interesting people with good information to share, but it's an opportunity, and I'm always looking for opportunities to share this information. I'm an educator at heart. I don't sell anything or talk about brands or endorse any companies because I want my material to get into schools nationally, unbiased. And so I'm always looking for any opportunity to share this information with communities of any kind. So, it was important for me, given the popularity, the following, this wonderful program that was started that, that I take part, and I'm happy to do so. So it's been a pleasure, and it's been really exciting to be part of it, and it's well done. And so I'm blessed. I'm pleased to have a great venue to really share this great information, I think.
Well, we feel blessed and privileged to have you with us, and we're very grateful for that and for all of your very meaningful work, and especially for all of your time here today. So thank you very, very much, Dr. Cohen.
Thank you so much. And please, folks, follow if you can, if you want bits and pieces of environmental health and disease prevention, entertaining information. I post on Facebook Monday, Wednesday, Friday, routinely, unless there's breaking news, which I do like to share in the markets. Fridays are mental health Fridays. So usually something fun, a video, something that really means something to people's mental health. Mondays are usually about sustainability, oceans, environment, how that links to human health. And then Wednesdays are usually something physiologic, nutrition, diet, exercise, chemicals, how to avoid them, all what to do. And the podcast, which just started, has really interesting people that I hope people will check out. So please follow. Please, talk this book up, share it wherever you can. It's not expensive. I'm not doing it for the money. I want it to get out there. It took a long time to write it. And Dr. Vamsala and I are very proud of what we created. So we hope people enjoy it and get some benefit from it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Be well.